I thank the representative of Mozambique for his statement. I give the floor to the representative of the Russian Federation. Mr. President, the Russian Federation attaches a great deal of importance to matters of bringing terrorists to account for the atrocities they've committed. This is an integral and important part of combating terrorism as a phenomenon. In this regard, we are closely following the work of the investigative team to gather evidence in Iraq. We are grateful to Mr. Richer for presenting the 10th report of UNITAD. We note the growing evidence of ISIL crimes against the Kakai, Shabaks, Shia, Turkmen, Yazidis, and Christians. We welcome the conclusion of work on the preliminary case assessment reports into the investigations of crimes against the Sunni population and also cases of terrorists destroying cultural and religious sites. We would like to know about the team's review of destroyed and damaged sites of religious and cultural heritage in Iraqi communities. Of particular interest is the subject of terrorists' development and use of chemical and biological weapons in Iraq. We hope for the prompt identification and publicizing of all cases of the use of these weapons. It is already clear that this is not limited to the attack on Taza Konmatu on the 8th of March 2016 or limited to the territory of Iraq in general. The systemic practice of the use of chemical weapons by ISIL, ISIL that already has its own chemical program, simply cannot have left neighboring Syria unscathed. We note the opening up of new investigative areas, including into attacks on the Iraqi police and security forces and the seizure and exploitation of Iraqi oil. Mr. President, the Russian Federation supports efforts to bring terrorists to accountability. Have made seconded specialists available to UNITAD. At the same time, we would like to underscore that the job of combating impunity for members of ISIL does not begin and end with gathering evidence. In that regard, we remind UNITAD of the need to fulfill a key part of its mandate by handing this evidence over to the law enforcement and judicial bodies of Iraq as stipulated in Council Resolution 2379. This resolution specifies that the Iraqi authorities rather than third countries, are the primary recipient of the evidence gathered by the team, and does not attach any preconditions to that, including the adoption of a special law on international crimes. We sincerely hope that UNITAD will not ignore its mandate and will give Iraq access to this evidence for the prompt launching of the process of holding those guilty to account. Thank you, Mr. President.
I thank the representative of the